Well, President Biden was caught holding a cheat sheet with reporter questions on it during yesterday's press conference with the South Korean leader. You can see it. It has the date, how to pronounce the reporter's name, and then exactly what the reporter was going to ask. The photo is fueling speculation about the 80-year-old commander-in-chief's mental acuity as he is gearing up to run for 4 more years in office.
Right, so that's one of the big stories of the week, that Biden was caught with yet another cheat sheet. Yeah, it does indicate that there's something going on with him mentally, but my take on it is there's really something even larger going on here, and I think it's something we need to talk about. Hello, everyone. This is Keith. Welcome to the Ghetto Sapien channel, your home of inner city intelligence. So, Biden was caught with yet another cheat sheet. This isn't his first time doing it. The White House press secretary is pushing back, saying that other presidents have done this before, so there's nothing to see here. Don't worry about it. They all get, the photos, the phonetic spelling of the reporter they're about to call on. They get the order you're supposed to call the reporter in and the questions. That's all just routine stuff. Okay, if that were true, that all the presidents did, it wouldn't be a big deal. The reason why people are particularly sensitive about that with Biden is because he's 80. He's 80 years old. He's too old to be an Uber driver, better yet, to run the most powerful country in the world. So people are just a little leery when we see stuff like Biden shuffling around. He barely moves his arms when he walks. He looks like he's going to fall over and break like porcelain. These Easter bunnies are protecting him because they're not, whoever's handling him it looks like they're terrified to let him speak before a press conference unprepared. And he's been going for like months without really getting in front of the cameras and letting reporters just have at it. Because there's so much going on. We have the border crisis. We have inflation, off the hook. And this president is not being made available to just get in front of the public and speak. Even his announcement that he's going to run again for 2024 was pre-recorded. I've never seen that happen before. Normally they get in front of a crowd and they get them all pumped up, ready for his next term, but 70% of the public doesn't want Biden to run again, and he releases, some chat GPI derivative movie trailer, and again, it's not him live speaking, that he's going to run again. So those things just strike people as odd. Just like this story here, it's kind of odd that the president would need a cheat sheet with questions on it. But again, there's a bigger thing, there's a bigger issue to this that I'm going to talk about in a couple of seconds. Newspaper denies submitting advanced questions as Biden snapped with reporter's card in hand. They need to do a better job of writing this. It's not like Biden snapped like he was upset. It's just that they snapped the photo. That's what I'm getting from the headline, but it should be a little more clear to me. Los Angeles Times has denied it submitted questions to the White House ahead of a Wednesday press conference after a note card held by President Joe Biden contained a general summary of a question that a reporter for the newspaper asked, sparking questions from observers. You can see, there you go. See? It shows her face, her name, how it's pronounced phonetically. And there, again, as they reported, there is the question is in there as well. So here's the issue with that. My problem with this is it's not giving voters the chance to really evaluate how the president is doing mentally, cognitively, and what have you. How's he doing? He's 80 years old. We need to keep a constant eye on him because it's not looking good. Maybe the reason why the border's a mess and the economy's a mess and the world seems to be moving on past the United States is because maybe something's going on. The leadership that's sitting in the White House. These press conferences give us a chance, again, to make a calculation, evaluate, look and observe, how's the president doing? Can he answer questions on the fly? Does he seem to have a grasp of current events? Does he know what the hell's going on in the world? And if the media is cheating, and I'm saying I'm not accusing them definitely of cheating, but it certainly looks like something's going on. If the media is cheating and giving him the answers, and so his team come up with, they're giving him the questions, and his team has a chance to come up with the answers, that's not giving us a true status update of how the president is doing mentally. When Trump was in office and he just like maybe slurred a word or slipped going, looked like he slipped for a moment, they were screaming 25th Amendment, get him out of office. He's got the nuclear codes. Biden has kids telling him where he was a week ago, and I don't hear nothing from the same press. It's not just unfair, their bias. It's dangerous because, again, if they're not allowing Americans the chance to evaluate the president and see how he's truly performing, they're doing the country a disservice. They should not be in the business of colluding with the president to hide him in plain sight. When he was running originally, they were able to hide him behind COVID, but there ain't no COVID now. So I guess their next move is to hide him by not worrying about him not giving press conferences for weeks at a time, months at a time. And when he does, give him the questions ahead of time so, he gets a leg up. Look, politics really needs to stop being a team sport. We can't just vote for our side because it's our side. We have to look at policies and results of those policies. We can't just keep voting for the guy because he has a D or an R next to him. We need to be able to evaluate each candidate on their own and against other candidates. We freaking don't need the media getting in between us, getting involved in that process. It goes for the FBI and the intelligence agencies too. They need to stay the F out of this and let people have access to these candidates because they're so powerful. They have so much power over our lives. It's horrible if we get someone in office who's either, a moron or unqualified or vindictive and hates the country, hates half the country, calls half the country degenerates or deplorables or whatever. Those people do not need to be in office. And the media, if it can't do its job in helping us evaluate the qualifications of these people, just stay the F out of the way and just let us have at it. Let us watch them in debates, and the media needs to get their thumb off the scale. That is what my big takeaway with the Biden cheat sheet scandal. I'm calling it a scandal because, like I said, it's showing media collusion, which is damaging to the country. But that's my take on this. What's yours? Like, share, comment, and subscribe.